led you into becoming a counselor? Was it anything to do with your childhood, teenage years, or adult years that helped you decide what you wanted to do?
At university, and part of the benefits of working there was we were allowed to take college classes for free. So I had already from previous years had some college credits, so I had started with my bachelor's in psychology. I was about a year away from graduating, and I had started working with the athletic department. I had a lot of athletes come into my office and just want to talk, and that kind of helped me be like, okay, maybe counseling is something I want to get into. And the more and more I had these visits with the athletes, it solidified the thought of counseling. It also helped me get promoted in the athletic department. They created a position. I became the assistant athletic director for student success, and so that role was created for me. And so, yeah, I have a desire to help people. And so part of counseling is being able to help in a really good way, not just mentally, but with education purposes.
So you started off as an intern at the Eastern New Mexico College?
The first and most important thing is building that rapport with the sophomore class. We have the next 3 years together, so building rapport is super important. Building rapport with CHS staff, teachers, the admin staff is really also important. But the goal is to help you guys get that high school diploma and plan for the future. And so that is the goal. That is my mission. And if college isn't the answer, then we'll look into further employment opportunities or whatever that looks like for y'all. Yeah.
So what helps you connect with your sophomores?
So I actually have children of my own that aren't too much older than y'all. They are grown, and so I think I have that connection of even though my children have just all graduated from high school, I kind of feed off of them, and that kind of helps me build that rapport with y'all, because y'all slang these days too is very interesting, you know. Yeah. So it's always like, oh, can y'all tell me what this means so that way I don't look stupid whenever I go to school? Right, yeah. You know, it's like you guys are here to learn through books, and I'm here to learn through y'all. So
do you have any quotes that you live by throughout the day and that help you through the day?
Sometimes I changed the she into I. I believed I could, so I did. It has gotten me through a lot in my life. I also believe in positivity, so I try to keep a very positive aurora around me. If somebody negative comes in and starts to suck the life out of me, I remove myself from that situation. I also like to speak things into existence. So if I hear somebody say something negative, I'm like, nope, take it back. Let's retract it and say something positive, because I'm very much into speaking positivity.
Did you always see yourself as a counselor? If not, what would you have been?
Oh, that's a good question. So I actually graduated from Clovis High School, and so whenever I was a senior, they called it the TCC program back then. So like first through fourth period I did here at the high school, and then they would bus us to CCC, and you could do like cosmetology, welding, a few different things. But I always wanted to be a cosmetologist. I always wanted to help people feel the most beautiful about themselves, whether it was hair, makeup, whatever. And so, but now I help people in a different way, and it's definitely more.
How do you think you make an impact on our students' lives, and how can you make certain that they will take your words to heart?
So by listening. I think a lot of times, I don't want to call you guys kids, but young adults don't feel like they're being heard or listened to. And so if you were to come into my office, I'm actually going to listen to what you have to say. I also try to make sure my actions match my words. So if you were to ask me, hey, can you help me get into a dual credit class? And I keep telling you, yeah, I'll get to it, and I never get to it. You're never gonna come ask me again. You're gonna go to Miss Hill or another counselor, or even the vice principal, to get that help. And so I really try to make sure that I do what I say and say what I do. And I feel like so far I've done that. I've had several students come into my office already, and before they leave, I already have the email sent and then CC'd in that email, because I want them to know, like, okay, she's actually doing what she said she was going to do. So.
Stop.
How does it feel being back in Clovis High School as part of the staff and not as a student?
It's very surreal. I thought I haven't been in this building in 24 years. Even though my kids went to school here, there's never a reason to come. But I thought walking in the buildings, I was gonna have like that rush of memories. And even though I have some memories, it's not quite like I remember it being. Like, even being in this building, I couldn't tell you if I had a class in this building or not. But it feels good to be back. I have some of the best memories of high school here, which I'm very thankful for, but I'm excited to work with the staff. The staff has been really, really great, and our goal is to help you guys graduate. So I'm excited to work together with everybody here at CHS and get you guys across that stage.
Have you ever learned anything from a student that reflected back on your life?
So I can't remember, I mean, I can't pinpoint anything in particular that I've learned from a student. I mean, the past 6 years I've worked with a lot of student athletes at the university, and I would say that they don't ever stop dreaming. And that I'll always take with me, is never stop dreaming. I did graduate with my master's a little bit older in life, but I didn't let it stop me. I kept that dream and I kept going for it, and now I'm living that. And so if that's one thing that any student has taught me is to continue dreaming.
Do you try to be more relevant in your students' life outside of school, education-wise, or in some type of way?
Every student I've met so far, I've asked them what they want to do after high school, and that kind of helps me build that rapport with them, but allows me to like help them outside of it, whether it's an internship, maybe it's a trade school, anything in that nature, just to help them. And right now I'm working with sophomores, and if a sophomore is like, I have no idea what I want to be, I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to decide right now. Sometimes you don't know what you want to do until you're like 30, and that's okay. But there is career assessments out there that I hope to get our sophomores doing, so that way they can see like personality traits that they currently possess and what kind of careers best suit that. And maybe that will help them kind of get an idea of what they want to do. Because right now they're just so focused on graduating high school that they can't really look past that. And so sometimes doing those career assessments might be like, oh, well, maybe I should take an art class, or maybe I should do media and get in with the Purple Press, or whatever that may look like. And maybe taking those electives in high school will help them. Sorry, I'm fumbling.
That's good.
Would you mind telling us about your educational accomplishments that allowed you to work as a counselor?
So I have a bachelor's in psychology with my minor in social work, and then I have a master's of education in school counseling. After I got my master's of school counseling, I shouldn't say after, I was so determined to make sure that I passed the license test, because whenever I walked across that stage, I wanted to know that I was like done. And so I graduated in December of last year, but I took my licensing test in June. So I took it a whole 6 months before I graduated because I wanted to know I was going to be able to pass that test. So yeah.
Do you have any fond memories you constantly look back on that make you feel better?
Well, I don't know if you guys have siblings, but I have a younger brother. He's only a year younger than me. He's also a Columbus High School graduate. Him and I have some of my best memories with him as we grew up together. We were very close. Did we fight? Of course we did. But looking back on it, he is probably one of my best friends and still is. Like, we talk like almost every day, if not every day. It's at least a few times a week. And yeah, he got me through some really, really tough times. So.
Do you follow any policies as counselor that relates to us as students?
Yes. So boundaries and respect. Boundaries are huge. If you were to come into my office and say, I never want you to call me out of class, I only want you to email me, I'm going to respect that. And same goes for me. If I were to tell you, like, hey, like, the best time for you to come see me is between these hours, I would ask that you respect that, but then also I know that you guys may not be able to meet that, and so it's just being able to set those boundaries. Like, you may want me to call you MJ, even though your name's Mary Jane, and I'm gonna respect that, you know. So I mean, it's just like the little things and setting those boundaries. So.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to our student body?
Yes. So, one thing that I really love to tell every young person is shoot for the moon, because you will always land among the stars. You could have the biggest dreams in the whole world, and you may not get to that point, but at least you're going to land somewhere in between. And the stars are so beautiful that something wonderful is going to happen, even if it doesn't go exactly how you planned. Life never goes exactly how you planned. You have to be prepared for the speed bumps. And then just a question I have for y'all is, what direction do y'all want to go in?
I'd like to go to college for like astronomy, or like just like anything like based on that. Like, even as an astrophysicist would work for me if astronomy doesn't work out.
Me personally, I want to go in like a completely different direction than MJ. Personally, I have a long road of school ahead of me. I want to major in something that has to do with law, and then I want to go to law school and possibly move out of the country. Personally, I don't want to be here.